Ruto ni mwizi, ni wazimu wa ukweli. Ruto ni mwizi, ni wazimu wa ukweli. Ni wazimu wa ukweli. Ni wazimu wa ukweli. Ruto ni wazimu wa ukweli. Ni wazimu wa
Betrayal in the City, the Kasmuel Makaure story. In every generation, voices rise, voices that challenge power, voices that inspire hope, voices that make people believe change is possible. And when those voices speak, people listen.
Tukitoka hapa, tutaenda tulale kwa hizo nyumba zetu bila chakula, nyumba zilizo na chawa.
In Kenya, new generation of resistance, one voice stood out, young, bold and fearless. That voice was none other than Kasmuel Makaure. He spoke with confidence, he spoke with passion, and for many young people, he became more than just a voice.
To the revolutionary spirit of Kenyans, viva! Viva! Thank you very much, comrades. We are gathered here this morning on the eve of the 14th birthday of our Constitution.
He became a symbol of a resistance, a symbol of hope, and a symbol of change. But then something changed. Questions began to rise. The people who once believed in him started asking difficult questions. What happened to Kassim Makahure? What changed Kassim Makahure? And did Kassim betray the movement, or did the city change him? This is Betrayal in the City, the Kasmuel Makaure story. The rise of Kasmuel Makaure.
We are not relenting or giving up on the cause. We're staying true to it. We're saying down with this corrupt regime. We're saying down with this regime which wants to kill young people. And we're saying we are not going to lose.
Every movement began with a voice, and every voice began with a story. Before the spotlight, before the recognition, before public attention, Kasmuel was a symbol, another young Kenyan with idea. But what made him difficult was his courage.
Anyone that they wish. If you tell me to give Ruto time, you are telling me to give him more time in the office to have our women raped. Yes. Is that what you want, comrades? No! You're telling me that you still want to see women showing up dead in dumping sites. No time to Ruto, no time! No time!
He understood something many people feared. Silence changed nothing. Real change demand voice willing to speak, and Kasmuel spoke. His message was clear, his word carried conviction, and slowly, people started paying attention. The voice of the people.
I believe that the government currently is corrupt, it lacks accountability, no transparency, and it hires on cronyism. When we say Ruto must go, I do not know why people believe that it is only the person.
As his visibility grew, so did his influence. Kasmuel was no longer just speaking, he was leading conversation. Young people listened, young people related, young people believed. He represented something powerful, a generation tired of empty promises, a generation frustrated by leadership failure, a generation demanding accountability. And in that moment, Kasmuel became one of the faces of resistance. He spoke with passion, he challenged power, he demanded change. To many, he became the voice of the people, and his influence continued to grow fast. The movement.
Hakuna mwizi kama Ruto, hakuna kuwepo.
Then came the movement. The energy grew stronger, the voice became louder. Resistance was no longer just about word, it had become action. The street carried anger, the people carried hope, the nation watched. This was more than politics. This was a battle for the future. And Kasmuel stood at the center of that energy, strong, visible, powerful. For many, he represented the future. A fearless young voice ready to challenge the system, a fighter, a believer, and a leader in the making. But power attracts pressure, and pressure changed everything. The shift of Kasmuel Makahure.
President William Ruto, I want you to succeed.
What?
I want you to succeed because if you succeed, it means my sister finishes her education without me having to worry about taking an extra job. I want you to succeed because you have managed to bring equality to healthcare. However, they were still struggling with aspects of acceptance and accessibility.
that you can work on and turn the economy around. I want.
There is something changed, not suddenly, not loudly, but slowly. People began noticing difference. The energy felt different. The message felt different. The same voice that once inspired confidence now raised question. Supporters become confused. Critics become louder. Speculation spread everywhere, online, in conversation, across social media. One question kept running. What happened to Kasmul Makahure? Was he changing? Was he adapting? Or was something happening behind the scene? The question kept growing, and so did the doubt. Betrayal or survival?
Nikienda kwa streets, watu walianza kuniita project ya serikali. Ukweli urongo? Mimi ndo the same person wakati nilikuwa pale Total najificha polisi asinipige risasi. Daktari anapiga kelele ndio polisi ajue pale niko. Ni nyinyi wa Kenya ndio mlinitukana. Ukweli uongo? Ni mimi ndio nikikuta hapa 88 mlikuwa mnasema naongea kama mwenda wazimu.
This is where everything changed, because politics is never simple. Power change people. Pressure tests loyalty. Influence come with a cost, and sometimes the line between survival and betrayal become blurred. Some believe Kasmul had changed. Some believe he had betrayed the movement. Others believe he was simply evolving, learn, adapting, trying to survive. But perception matter, especially in politics, especially when people trusted you. The louder the silence become, the louder the question grows. Was this betrayal or survival?
Tumeamua kwamba 2027 nani atakuwa rais wetu?
William Samoei Ruto.
Sasa hiyo mtu yote mwenye anajaribu kucheza na sisi, mtu yote mwenye anajaribu kuleta any divisive narrative, huyo ni mtu mwenye hata prosper. Sisi kama vijana tumeungana Nairobi yote, na hii message tutapeleka Kenya mzima tukisema kwamba hatutatumika tena. Never again will the youth of Kenya be used. Wewe kama unataka kupeleka vijana maandamano, compensate sisi wenye tumeuliwa kwanza.
No one truly knows. But one thing became clear, trust has been shaken. The price of power. History has shown us this truth. Power changed everything. It changed relationship, it changed loyalty, and sometimes it changed people. Voice of resistance often began with fire, but the closer they get to power, the more difficult the fight becomes. Pressure become constant, the battle become personal, and the cost become heavy. Some keep fighting, some adapt, some disappear, and some become the very thing they once opposed. That is the danger of power, and that is the price of influence. Perhaps this story is not just about Kasmul. Perhaps it is a bigger than one man. Perhaps this is the story of every movement, every revolution, every voice that rises to change power, because history repeats itself. Voice rise, people believe, of God, then power enters the story, and everything changed. The real question is not whether betrayal happened. The real question is this: can resistance survive power? Can truth survive influence? Can loyalty survive pressure? Only time will tell. But one thing remains true. In the city of power, betrayal is never far away, and silence always comes at a price. This is Betrayal in the City. My name is Juma Wafula, the documentator, and this marks the end of Betrayal in the City.
People are booing Kasmul. Oh, amemwagiwa maji. People have booed Kasmul Makor, wamemwagia maji, wamemwambia aende.
Toka kabisa.